You're listening to Pivot to Thrive podcast that inspires and educates entrepreneurs and unhappy 9-to-5ers to get more out of life and create an abundant life with intention and alignment. My name is Dr. Priya, founder of Pivot to Thrive and Soul Designz, best known for creating financial independence through digital products. And I share this show with like-minded people who share their top strategies to help you fast-track your success. Please use the timestamp in the show notes to jump to the section that you need the most and join my private Facebook group using the link below to get access to member-only content about mindset, manifestation, and success. Now, let's get started with today's episode. All right, I officially welcome you all to today's session, predominantly focusing on video marketing. And we'll start off with YouTube and then we'll see how we can repurpose on other platforms. And this is very specifically for small businesses. And I'll let you know why it is suitable for small business. So basically today we're going to look at three things and I'll give you all enough time for Q&A because that's where we get most out of the session. So the first thing is, how do you basically set up a YouTube channel for business? And then how do you sell on YouTube? Because eventually, if it's a business, you want to be making money down the line. And for all the effort you put in, you want to have some kind of an outcome and a benefit. And there are like so many free tools available that you can get started today. You don't have to spend on fancy cameras. You don't have to spend for an editor. You don't have to spend on anything. I basically recorded almost 220 plus videos just using my Google phone and iPhone. So I bought a fancy camera, but I've never used it till then, probably 1 or 2 videos. It's too much work. So let's look at the free tools that you can use to get started today. So how did I start? Basically, I started on 1st of December 2019. So there was a purpose on why I started my channel. And I think that is the reason it was more successful than the other channels. So I've got 2 channels. The very first one I started was in English. It was called the Metacare Tribe. So my own brother got scammed. He wanted to migrate to Australia and I told him he's not eligible. But then he got scammed. And then I spoke to the potential scammers and the stories they said were just horrendous. So I did my visa myself, all the paperwork. So my mind went, oh my God, there's so many people like educated person like my brother getting scammed, which means I can imagine other people back home, how much they'll be scammed. So I just wanted to educate them. So I had a clear target niche and a purpose in mind. I was targeting people who wanted to migrate to Australia and I wanted to educate them that they can do it themselves. That's the only 2 things I had in my mind. I did not know what is the YouTube algorithm. I did not know SEO or thumbnail. Literally in my first video, you can see me pressing the start and stop recording. And there was no editing. I just took my Google phone back then, kept it on my dining table, and I started recording. I just spoke and I recorded 3 videos back to back. So all it takes is to just start. And then when I started getting questions from people, when I started to get response, likes and subscribers, I'm like, oh my God, this is reaching. Actually, people are watching. People are asking me questions. And all you have to do is just really, really listen and answer their questions in the form of a video. So that's all it took for me to grow to 2 channels with a combined subscriber count of 11,000 plus subscribers today. I will show you a live feed of my channel later. I had not posted a video in the past 11 months, and I've just started posting from the 1st of January, and my channel grew from 4,000 subscribers to 7,000 subscribers without lifting a finger. So YouTube is evergreen, and YouTube is organic traffic. It does not get rich quick. It's not an immediate result kind of a platform, but it is a long-term lead gen platform. So that was my introduction and why I'm qualified to teach you today. It's because that I've done it. I've walked the walk. I've been there. I know the challenge of designing a thumbnail. I know when it feels like you have 0 views after you put in so much of effort in editing. I've been there. I know it all. So these are things that I would like to highlight or set clear expectations when you start on YouTube. Mostly people would say it's saturated. Okay. There are millions of channels. There are millions of content creators. If I start now, am I too late? Okay. So I would say it's never too late to start in the social media world, especially now in 2023, post-COVID, where everybody is adapted to online way of transactions, online way of growing the business. And the psychology is, if you're not online, if your business is not online, then your business does not exist. So what you have to do is you don't try to be loud in a noisy world. All you have to do is think about content that is unique and that will make you stand out. Okay, we'll get into more of content creation strategies, but I just want to set that realistic expectation straight. Don't follow the trend just because somebody does dancey reels. It doesn't mean you have to do that to get reach if you're not comfortable doing that. I do reels, but I don't do crazy dance. I'm not comfortable. So I talk, or I just have like a text overlay. So there are different methods and things that you can do if you don't want to show your face on YouTube. I have got educational type of videos where I just do a screen share when I don't want to show my face. So if you don't want to show your face, there are still other niche and other ways of creating content without doing it. All you have to do is find that sweet spot that you are comfortable doing and you see yourself doing for a longer period of time. Okay. So, and another thing, like I always see people telling, oh, I'll wait until I get this, until my child is in school, or until I get a better job, or until I save up for a camera. So there will be some kind of an excuse that comes up. Okay. All you have to do is gear up and decide that I want to do it today. So if not today, never. So that's the kind of thing I want to set straight before we get into the technical aspect of it. So I always show off with this one picture in most of my talks, because when I started off back in 2018 as a side hustler, this is how my life looked like. So I was a full-time employee with University of Adelaide, a wife, mom of 2 boys, and I was a side hustle business coach. I was still tutoring and consulting for year 12 students and GAMSAT aspirants. I was still doing a lot of volunteering and community service with my city council when I was back in Adelaide. And I still had 2 YouTube, 2 podcasts, and everything else. So I just had this one post on Instagram, and I signed up 7 women, female clients. The simple reason, the message was very loud and clear. If she can do it, so can I. Or the other way to see that is, if she can do it, she can help me do the same. Okay. So content marketing need not be fancy, especially with Australians. I find this really unique compared to Americans, which is a very capitalistic society. And there it's always like when you show money, your outcome, people relate and people buy. But Australians have so much resistance towards when they show off as a millionaire, when they show off the money, they get put off. So Australians like very much authentic, genuine relationship building. And it takes a long time to break that trust. But once you get it, they'll stick around for a longer period of time. So building that trust requires creating content that they feel relatable. They have to feel that, you basically, they can relate to whatever you're saying. So that concept is called attraction marketing, because you're not sneaking into other people's DMs and selling them hard, but you create content in such a way that people get attracted towards you and they get in touch asking for your, the pricing, asking for your services, asking to connect with you, asking to have a coffee, asking for a meeting on Zoom. So that's called attraction marketing, where your content attracts your ideal clients. So the simple concept today that we're going to see, or that will help you grow on any social media platform, is how do you stop the scroll? Okay. We live in such a busy world. We know we do it all the time. All we do is take the phone and keep scrolling, right? Even life decisions are made, either you swipe left or right these days. It's become so quick. We make that judgment, we make that call. So we have roughly 3 seconds to grab somebody's attention, basically. So 3 seconds is not a lot. So the minute you start your video, the minute you start your content, it has to grab their attention and stop them from scrolling. So this is what it will be your mantra. When you think about creating a content, how do I stop them from scrolling? So curiosity marketing is huge. That's what I said. Like Christmas is $1 billion curiosity marketing. Like, you have gifts under the trees, kids get excited, like adults get excited. What is there under the tree? So that's the kind of curiosity marketing that's driven the $1 billion industry. So always be curious when you create content as a content creator. And obviously, subconsciously, we're all consumers of curiosity marketing. When somebody says, did you know? And then immediately you're like, what is it? And you want to listen to the rest of the sentence. So this is a very, very key concept when it comes to short attention span that we have these days, especially in terms of short-term videos that we create on TikTok, on Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, everywhere. How do you stop the scroll is the main concept that I want you to think. So your thinking process should only be like, how do I stop the scroll? You can even write down if you're making notes. So there are 2 types of lead gen. Because we are targeting this particular topic to business owners, I'm not going to say how to, grow a channel to viral. So you don't have to have like millions of followers or tens of thousands of followers to make money. So I made money, not just the YouTube monetization, but I sold on my YouTube channel when I had 2,000 subscribers. Okay. When people say, I only have 100 followers, I only have so many subscribers, I'm like, you just need one person to pay you to really build that belief system that this is working. So when in terms of lead gen, I'm assuming you all know what is a lead. Could be a potential customer, could be a potential prospect. So there are 2 ways to get lead generation. One is your short-term, quick platforms. For example, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, they're all short-term lead gen. I can also add TikTok to that list now. But when it comes to long-term lead gen, it's not like I post a video and I'll get a client immediately. There's not a lot of chance that's happening. It's going to be evergreen. It's going to take a long time. So YouTube, podcast, growing an email list and selling it to an email list is one of the long-term lead gen platforms. Especially when it comes to sales, there is a lot of psychology involved in it. I think I had one. Okay, I think I missed that slide. So when it comes to lead generation, the sales psychology is everybody has a Facebook business page. Okay, I don't know why. It's like an unsaid rule. Everybody has to have a website and everybody has to have a Facebook business page. But who is visiting your website? Okay, how do you drive traffic to that website? And do people actually relate to your content? Are they engaging on your Facebook profile? So this is like the short-term lead gen psychology. If you're not posting consistently on your Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, people think you're not in business. Okay, if you go visit a business page, they haven't posted for a year, you think they're not in business. But YouTube, all of us would have gone to check, okay, how to make sushi, how to make fried rice, or, most of the contents are evergreen. As long as it can solve your problem, the contents are evergreen. So make sure you have this in mind when you create your content. You're not going to create something that's going to be very time bound. There are a few niches, for example, horoscope, okay, that particular month's prediction, or iPhone 13, 14 troubleshooting. So that is very specific to and time bound. But normally when you're in business, your brand, your services, make sure it is evergreen content. So I wanted to give this introduction to psychology when you think about content creation, because you have to understand the difference in the platform when you start creating content. Okay, these are 3 common mistakes I see most people doing, especially when it comes to YouTube. People really squeeze their neck focusing on monetization eligibility, meaning for YouTube to pay you for the ads they display on your channel should have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. So people should have watched your content for 4,000 hours for you to be a part of YouTube monetization platform. And trust me, it is so less. It's peanuts. I get like $100 per quarter, I think, maybe because I was in posting. And most of the shots are not monetized, so you don't get money out of shots. So do not focus on that. People get so mad about this monetization eligibility. They don't think about so many other ways where you can sell high ticket, you can get much more money than just a fraction of the ad cost. And most people think they can just learn everything about YouTube on YouTube. Like we all think that we can just go to Google, we can just go to YouTube and get it. So people sell courses, people sell coaching because you get that information structured in a particular format. Like how many, I mean, I don't believe in courses. Okay. I've spent thousands of dollars, buying courses from Tyler Pace and, Rich Bradley and all the big guys, and only to be stuck not knowing if I have a doubt. There's no accountability, there's no support. So I don't sell courses per se. My courses are like a value add for my coaching, because I don't believe courses provide transformation. It's just information, like in one size fits all strategy, but coaching provides transformation. That is my deep belief. And people always have this self-shame when it comes to becoming salesy. But I think of it like, if you don't sell, you're not helping your ideal clients. So if you don't believe your product is life-changing, you will feel guilt and shame. So if you feel, if I'm not selling, I'm not helping my ideal client, then you will begin to sell. So that's the change of perspective I want you to have. Just because you're telling someone to buy from you, you're not being selfish, you're not being sleazy, you're not being salesy, but there is a limit and boundaries that you don't want to cross. So these are the 3 common mistakes that I've spotted in most of the content creators. Now, going into our actual agenda, how do you set up YouTube for business? The name of the channel itself can be a little tricky. If you're having your business name, business brand, or if it's a personal brand, it becomes much easier because it is uniform throughout. The common mistake I see people doing is they have one name on Instagram, they have one name on LinkedIn, they've got another totally random name on YouTube. So it is important and it is ideal if you keep your channel names or the business name throughout like uniform. Even before I name my brand, I go check if there is domain available, and if it's a common name on Instagram or Facebook, will people have struggle in finding my brand? So make sure you name the brand appropriately. It's like the same like business name. If it has, say, elite fitness, it is in the fitness niche. So if it has something to do with your niche specific name, even better. If it's a personal brand, it's easy. You can do anything you want with your channel, basically. If it's just with my name, I can talk about cooking one day. I can talk about coaching one day. I can do anything because it's my brand. Okay. And make sure when you set up your channel, your banner really represents your brand. What is it all about? Do you post weekly? Do you post monthly? Do you post daily? And what do you get out of it? So my channel was very clear. You get information about Australian visa and lifestyle. That's it. I even had that logo of the Australian map. Okay, so really niching down and focusing on branding. I didn't spend a dime. I just went on Canva and did it. Okay, so all these should not cost you money at all. Everything is available on Canva for free. You've got all the dimensions there. You have to just go and say YouTube banner, YouTube thumbnail, and you can use all the free images to create something on your own. Just get started. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Okay, start before you're ready is the mantra for success on YouTube. All right. You will not have that perfect moment when you have all your ducks lined up. Trust me on that. So today, even after the session, I'll give you all the tools and resources that you can go start straight away. That's what I want you all to do. And preferably, the content that you create should be niche specific. Initially, it's hard to find that. I mean, I pivoted my English channel like 3 times, and it's okay to do that because you're still trying to figure out your channel will evolve with you. Your channel will evolve with your business. So it's okay, but it always has to niche down into something specific. Like you would follow some channel if it's a specific, say, a cooking niche. Okay, if you're interested in some kind of vegan cooking, obviously if the channel is just for vegan, you're going to hit subscribe and follow because that's what you're interested in. If it's for weight loss, obviously that is the thing. So go niche specific. So yesterday I was speaking to a content creator from Germany. She's an Indian settled in Germany, starting a fashion brand. So all her reels and TikTok were about fashion and beauty, but she did not niche down. I'm like, who are watching? Who is your ideal client audience? Based on the analytics, it's predominantly from India. So I said, niche down your fashion and beauty for brown skin, niche down just for Indians or dusky skin. So when you really niche down for that specific target audience, your reach really explodes. So you've got this major niche, which is fashion and beauty, and then you're further niching down into brown skin or dusky skin or Indians settled abroad or just Indian skin, whatever you want to call it. So really niching down into something specific will be easier for you to create content and for people to go, yes, that's me and I want to follow her. So that's basic thing about setting up. We're not getting into the technical details, but these are the general frameworks that will help you to set up for success, especially if you're going to market your business on YouTube. And why YouTube? Out of all the platforms, why am I primarily focusing on YouTube? Is because it is the second largest search engine other than Google. Like getting organic traffic today, it's like really so challenging. If you've been on Instagram, I mean, I've seen such a decline in my Instagram growth and reach because it is becoming like Facebook. Like if you don't pay me money, I'm not going to show your content. So YouTube really works and the analytics is so detailed. Like you get details of every audience that watches your content. Where does the content view spikes? Where does it drop? So you can go and analyze what went wrong. Why are people dropping off after this content? So the analytics part is great. And especially with short form videos, look around your house, look around when you go visit people. Everybody's scrolling through shorts. Okay, like my parents, my kids, my husband, nobody watches full form video these days. And short form content is so easy to create and challenging as well because you need to concise everything within 1 minute. Like if you ask me to talk for 1 hour, 3 hours, I can talk straight. But to really bring something precise within 60 seconds or 30 seconds, it is a challenge and it's a skill to develop, more like your elevator pitch. How do you say something within 30 seconds? So it is a very good skill set to form when you create content more. And video builds trust really, really quickly. I don't think I would have sold like so many thousands of dollars without showing myself on camera, without building that trust. So really it builds trust quickly and helps people to pay you money from any part of the world. And it is the psychology of YouTube. It's a problem solving platform. Like people go there to solve problems. Like how-to content is great. Okay. And obviously, look at the typo there. I'm sorry. It's an evergreen content. I have evergreen content there. Okay. So YouTube is an evergreen content. Like I said before, it's going to stay there forever. So how do you sell on YouTube? So there is a 3-step simple formula, like formed by Russell Brunson, or that's from him I heard. So these are the 3 steps. Okay. One is hook, and the other one is story, and the other one is offer. So the hook is basically could be a question, could be a statement, could be your reaction, emotion, anything that stops from scrolling. So imagine you have your phone and you keep scrolling. What makes you stop scrolling and watch somebody? That is the stop the scroll concept. That is your hook. Okay. It could be a hook like, do you want to know how to, how to use breath work to heal trauma? So if I'm interested in that content, I'm going to listen, because it's going to talk about breath work, it's going to talk about trauma, it gets really specific. So how do you stop people from scrolling? That is your hook. And then you come to the actual meat of the video, which is the value that you provide. Always value before dollars. So give massive value within that short time. So be precise. Don't talk, oh, my name is that, or I'm like, no one cares. Okay, no one cares about my business name. No one cares about me. No one cares about what I do. As long as I can solve their problem, they are willing to follow me. They are willing to really be in my container and spend money to learn from me. That is the whole concept. Do not waste your precious 5 or 10 seconds in talking about you, your name, your brand. No one cares. They'll follow you to know more about you. If they're interested, they'll know about you. But in that 60 seconds, get straight to the point, no fluff, no BS, give them value. That's it. Okay. The way I see it is these social media platforms where I provide value is where people get massive value without paying me. Okay. All these meetup events, like this is like worth 3 years of my challenges, 3 years of my experience. So when you get to listen to this, you're literally skipping those mistakes and you get straight. Like I was sharing this to my friend yesterday. My editor started a YouTube channel in gaming, and he's been my editor for the past 2 years. So he learned everything from me, getting paid, and started a YouTube channel. So from day one, his videos spiked. He's got one channel with 19,000 subscribers. I've got two channels combined, 11,000. And he's got, one channel with 19,000 subscribers. He built it within 6 months because there was no learning curve for him. Or everything was just implementation because he learned everything by trial and error and mistakes he made while he was growing my channels, basically. So this is the way how you give them value for free. So don't think if you give value for free, what will I give when I get paid? That is not a concept. The more you give, the more people will be attracted to you. The psychologist, if she's going to give so much value for free, imagine how much I will get in a paid container. And obviously, you will not give entire information on a free masterclass. When people pay you, they'll get 10 times more value when they come into your container. Okay. And then having a clear call to action. This is where people miss out. They just assume if they just post a content, people would just buy, people would just take action. No. Even channels with millions of subscribers, even Mr. Beast tells you, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell with that, with an illustration. That's because people love to be told what has to be done. And you are basically kind of giving them instructions on what to do, and people love to follow instructions, or people like to be told what to do. So you really have to have a clear call to action. So before even creating that content, you have to have a clear intention on what you're going to sell or what you're going to do with that particular piece of content. You can either drive traffic to your website, you can either ask them to join your Facebook group, or whatever is your call to action. It not be selling all the time. You can grow your email list. You can be as creative as you want. Okay. But it has to be relevant in helping you grow your personal brand, increasing visibility, or, getting sale. Whatever is the outcome. Everybody has a unique outcome that they want to do. You can't be selling, hard selling all the time, right? So maybe sell once a week, and then in other forms of content, build that relationship, build that trust. But there has to be a call to action, like follow for more tips. So it can be as simple as that, but have a clear call to action. So these are the 3 steps that will help you sell on YouTube. Now, I don't know if, where is the chat option? I basically had this particular slide so people can actually do some work here. Where is the video? I can't. Okay, here it is. So people can do the work on the call. Okay, so I thought I'll give you an option to start brainstorming some kind of a content idea for 5 minutes. I don't know if we have an engaging audience. Please let me know in the chat if you want to do it. Otherwise, I can skip this activity and go to the next slide. Like I'll give you tips on how to create these contents so you can brainstorm now and come up with 10 or 15 contents before we leave this call. I'll let you decide it. So please type in the chat if you want to do it. If you don't want, let's skip. What about the others? Got a response from Margie. Amazing. Okay. Cool. So just grab a notebook and pen. So this is based on the introduction that we've had now. Each of you would have your own niche. So you have your own niche, or whatever you want to focus on. So creating personal content can be, the very first thing is, how would you introduce yourself? Okay. Why did you land in this particular niche? Why did you start this business at all? What was your journey that inspired yourself to start this particular business? Educational content is teaching people in your niche. If you're in weight loss, obviously, 3 ways to lose weight after Christmas. Okay, something like that. So educational content where you educate people. And in service or case studies, if you've helped somebody, need not be a paying client. It could be your friends, family, somebody you've helped, your offers have helped, your advice has helped. What is that you want to basically use as a case study or a testimonial, or just about your service, selling? It can be anything. Okay, so these 3 are the main streams where you can get personal in relationship building, educational where you educate people, and sell your services. So I'm happy to answer any questions you can have. Otherwise, you can just start writing under personal. First, topic 1 is introduce myself. Topic 2, my journey in that particular niche. Number 3 can be why I started your brand name. Okay, it can be anything, your personal struggles on how or why you do what you do. That's a nice content, why I do what I do. I love such contents. So let's take 10 minutes.
So Priya, did you say all of that goes under personal?
Yes. Anything about you goes under personal.
So generally, do you have any recommendations of how long a video should be? Because I know we discussed about shorts, and but actual YouTube still has some longer videos. So do we have any idea of the ideal video size, like 5 minutes to 15 minutes? Because I know 1 hour or anything longer than that, no one has the time to go through all of it, and or you'll have to break it down. But do we have any ideal range?
I think ideally it's 8 minutes. 8 minutes is good. But for now, because we're starting in 2023, I'll just say go wild with YouTube Shorts, because you can repurpose them on Instagram as Reels. You can repurpose them on TikTok. You can to Facebook, and Instagram have invested like billions of dollars on Reels. So that is the only way to get organic traffic these days. It's fortunate, unfortunate, I don't know. So just focus on Reels for now. Just think maximum is 60 seconds and just write pointers under each. Okay, so I can show you. Okay, I'll let you do the work and then I can show you my Notion page. I'm just going to stop sharing. So I'll let you do the work. Please ask questions if anybody has any doubts.
Is there some kind of rhythm that we need to follow? Because so like personal videos are good to start off, especially if you don't have a YouTube channel and you start off the first few. Personal is good, going into a bit of servicing and educational. But then when you're doing something long term, how often do you put a personal video in?
So I basically have like a content calendar. So in a week, I'll have, say, Monday, for example, like motivational Mondays. It helps me to streamline my content creation. Okay. So it can be anything that inspires, not posting motivational quotes. Please don't do that. Okay. So everybody thinks just because they post motivational quotes and people like it, it is a form of engagement and it is a form of growing the business, but it doesn't help. So motivational means how you help somebody get from point A to point B. So that way it inspires others to take that action. okay? Or how you did certain things that can help them to do the same. So there is a lot of ways that you can motivate. So Tuesday can be, for example, you're going to talk about one of the client testimonial, or it can be about educational. So Wednesday, so I've got a content calendar. So personal does not really mean just about introducing myself. It can be something in the background about my family, like how I have survived as a migrant, or how, what did I feel as a migrant or the dark-skinned person in a room full of, entrepreneurs. So those are even personal posts. Okay, it need not be just about you, your life, your perspective on certain things. I share that all the time. Any room I walk in, I'll be the only dark-skinned person. Okay, so what is the kind of feeling that I have, or what is the kind of experience I get? That is a personal perspective. Okay, so it can be anything that is related to you or your perspective.
Makes sense.
How are we going, people? Are we good? Cool. Let's spend another quick 5 minutes, or if you're done, you can type done and we can move on.
I'm done.
Okay, cool. I just opened my YouTube channel to show you all a little bit of real-time stats. So this is my channel in my regional language that I started 6 months after I started my English channel, because I did 1 or 2 videos in my regional language and people wanted more of it. But when I looked at my analytics, my audience were global. I had people from Israel, Iran, South Africa, everywhere watching my content. So I didn't want to dilute or miss out on those audience. So I just, for fun, I started this channel, but this one actually overtook, like I reached more than 7,000 subscribers. And if you look at the content, I just started posting shorts from the 1st of January. Okay, so this one was from January 1st, or maybe it became 2nd because I started late. So every day I've been posting and the reach has been pretty good. Okay, the last one you can see I posted was January 29, 2022. And after that, I had not posted until December 5. Okay, you can see the difference, almost 11 months. I did not post, but my channel grew from 4,000 subscribers to 7,000 subscribers. This is real time. There's no fake information. So you can see analytics here. This is for the last 28 days. I've got 1.7K views more than usual. Usually I must be getting like 10,000 views, but now I'm getting 12.2. My watch time has increased by 64 hours. And every 28 days, roughly, I get 268. So you can imagine, without lifting a finger, I got this. And the estimated revenue is 22.59. And this is like real time. You can literally see now, as we speak, what videos people are watching. Okay, this is a real time view. In the last 60 minutes, 9 people have watched various videos in the last 48 hours. So you will know exactly what time it spikes. So usually for me, a good time is 12 to 1 Australian time, which is like dinner time in India, 8 o'clock. So you literally get such detailed view about the timing and what people watch. So if you want to watch a particular channel's performance, particular video's performance, you go into analytics. This is one of my top performing video that I recorded back in 2020, I guess. Okay, this one video has been watched 45,600 times. It gave me 2,500 watch hours. It got me 1,400 subscribers. So out of the 7,000, just with this video, I got 1,400 subscribers, and this much money was made just because of this video. And this is an interesting one, how you get. So if your video is discovered by YouTube search, which means your video is doing organically really well, like 50% of the views came because people searched for a keyword and my video popped up. Okay, suggested videos is people watching other related content and then you get it on the side, suggested videos. So this is an indication that you're doing well in terms of organic marketing. There's no paid marketing, so you can see this. So it's amazing how much interactions and how much analytics you can get. Like, most of the people who watch, they don't subscribe to my channel. Like 90% don't even subscribe. So those 1,400 is just the 9% of person who subscribe to my channel. And my audience are predominantly male from India in the age group of 25 to 34. Okay, so that is how you really know who's your ideal clients. Like I posted this video in 2021, April 2021. So you can see the reach is just phenomenal with YouTube if you do. My thumbnail is really clear. I've just said, is it worth moving to Australia? And I've written the font in my language so they know it is in that particular language. Okay, it's not English. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you all. We can move on with this. Okay, as much as we understand content is king, strategy is queen. Having a clear strategy, what you want to sell, how you want to sell, where you want to drive that traffic. People have come. Okay, the biggest thing is the top of your funnel, capturing their attention, stopping them from scrolling and actually making them listen to you is huge. Okay, now I've made them listen. What do I do with them? They're already warm. What do I do with them? So really thinking about that strategy on how to either bring them into your container, nurture them in a Facebook group, or what do you want to do with them? Having that clear strategy is queen. That's what is going to help you scale your business. Okay. And then repurposing. Obviously, this is huge. If you are spending so much time and effort in creating a video, scripting, and taking all the efforts, you might as well invest in repurposing on multiple platforms because you don't know where people are going to see you and where you get people trickle into your container. Like I used to say previously, you can find me everywhere except TikTok, because I never had a TikTok until like a week ago. I just started on TikTok and the growth is just amazing. Like I'm starting a new brand and I started off on Instagram and TikTok at the same time. Instagram has like 8 views and 5 views for my reels. The same reel is performing on TikTok with 200, 300, 2,000 views. Okay. So it's huge. Like my idea is why not repurpose and get extra pair of eyes and more visibility than just focusing on one platform. Somebody wants to join now. I will just let them in. Hi, Lee, welcome. I think you missed most of the presentation, but I'll send you a recording. So yeah, welcome. I'll speak to you after I finish this presentation. Okay, so the way I tend to repurpose my content is I've got my laptop here, like the way I'm talking to you all now. Now I don't have my webcam, so I've got my webcam, I've got my microphone, and I've got my Google Doc on speech to text. Okay, so the way I do it is when I record my video, I've got my video being captured on my webcam and my microphone that captures my voice. And as I speak, there is a document that is going to type or translate my voice to text. So that way you can just use Zoom, a free Zoom or Loom screen sharing app, anything will do. So the way I do it, take that video, you can put it on YouTube or any other platform, Instagram videos, Instagram Reels, anything you want to do, you can take that video. You can just extract the audio and put it as a podcast episode. You can break it down into multiple short form contents, obviously, and you can use that texty content for LinkedIn, or you can use it as a blog post. So you can get as creative you want. Okay. The way I want you to think about one major content. Okay. You can talk about any niche. For example, diet plan for 2023. So diet plan for 2023 is like the major topic. And under that, you first start with the psychology of dieting. That could be one subtopic. Then you can talk about meal prepping, simple ideas to meal prep. And third, you can talk about anything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you create subtopics under each topic. So each subtopic is one small form of content, and everything put together is one long form content. So that makes it like 6 different video contents. Okay, so you get 6 different videos. You get one podcast episode out of the whole thing. And like even me, I do this podcast thing with a snippet. Okay, like I just give some information about my podcast as a content on Instagram Reels, and I say, go to the link in my bio to listen to the full episode. So you can be really, really creative. There's no reason why you will be stuck thinking, what should I post? I don't know what to post. Okay, just be authentic, just share your journey, just share what you're doing every day. That's all you need to do to really build that trust, because people love authenticity. There's no need to fake it until you make it. I think people never make it if they fake it. So just be authentic and repurpose. Be creative and stick to your comfort zone. Don't do something just because others do it. Okay, so repurpose on all platforms to increase visibility is the whole concept. So I think these are 3 key areas for Lee. I'm just going to summarize quickly. We discussed about 3 things. How do you set up YouTube channel for business, and how do you sell on YouTube, the content strategy itself, and obviously repurposing. You were here for most of it. So you make sure you repurpose across multiple platforms to get the most out of it. So you can take a screenshot. I mean, you can take a picture of these, the screen. This is the free tools that I personally use starting from planning to scheduling. So for planning a video, just start with a notebook and pen. Okay, if you're fancy, use Microsoft Word. I use Notion, which is a tool that I use to share with my VAs and editor, because it's got an option, say approved and comment, and we can share. I can see as they type, or use a spreadsheet. Okay, so whatever is fancy for you, or just take Google Calendar. That works as well. Okay, for Monday, what am I going to post? Just write your ideas when it comes. Just write your ideas there. So for recording, all you need is the smartphone, what you're using right now, or a laptop with a webcam. That's all. You don't have to have fancy backgrounds. You don't have to have fancy looking houses. You don't have to have any fancy equipment to start. Don't let that stop you from starting today. So your smartphones, AirPods, headphones, that is good enough equipment for you to do this. And Zoom and Loom are very good for recording, which is available free of cost, obviously. And I use this tool called Audacity to record my podcast. Okay, this is an audio recording tool, and it is free. It's got better sound quality, like a little bit of noise cancellation. So it is a free tool that you can download, and you can just use it to record and strip like just the audio file in the MP3 format. And Canva, obviously these days, Canva has got audios, Canva has got videos. If you want to use some royalty-free audios and videos, you can use that. And for editing audio and video, people say iMovies are good. I have never used it. But so I use this tool. I used to use this tool called Filmora. So when I didn't have an editor, I bought this Wondershare Filmora lifetime subscription for $50, I think, USD. It was on Black Friday sale. So I got that lifetime subscription. I still have it, but I forgot how to use it. When I fired my previous editor, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot how to edit. So I used to post videos without editing. So you can just use simple editing tools, especially if it's a short form content. You basically don't need editing. Instagram Reels itself has all the option to crop everything and add titles. Everything is there today. Like today, as we speak, is the easiest way you can get into any platform and do everything free of cost. You don't need fancy stuff. And when you please use audio transcriptions on your videos. Most of us watch stories and reels on mute when we're sleeping, when kids are sleeping, we just scroll through it. So people love to have the transcript. So Headliner is the app that I use to basically add a bit of jazz to the text. Okay, the normal ones on Instagram reels are not quite catchy. So I use Headliner, where you can just upload your video and it auto transcribes. And if there's a mistake or a typo, you can obviously edit it, and it's amazing. So you only need this much. Take your phone, start recording, edit it using Instagram Reels or basic YouTube Studio, add transcription, and start posting. That's it. You don't have to complicate. We always think business has to be complicated. We always think, oh, it is too good to be true. It can't be that simple, but it is that simple. And that's all it requires to get started. Okay. So after this, where do I start? So this is the question commonly people ask. Okay. If you're starting out, if you've never sold anything, you always start with your current following. Okay. It can be 10 people, it can be 20 people, it can be 100 people. Just start with your current following. How many ever subscribers or followers you have on other platforms? Just leverage your following. Like I said, you only need one person to pay you to build that belief system. Your brain will believe whatever you say. You have to make sure you feed it the right thoughts, you feed it the right beliefs to make it believe that this is working. Okay. And please do market research. Facebook groups are amazing to do market research. Like, I have got this idea, any inputs about this, any feedback about this. So go there and ask people. People love to contribute. People love to be part of something. So please make use of specific targeted Facebook groups to ask questions. And start taking beta clients. So beta clients are people who don't pay you, but take your service in exchange for a testimonial. If you think you need to build a following, if you think you need to build that social proof, then beta clients is the way to go. So how do you get beta clients? You can go to Facebook groups and you can tell people, this is what I'm starting. Be genuine. I'm just starting out. So I would love to test this, and I would love to have some beta clients in exchange for a testimonial. But don't do too long. Just offer like 2 weeks or maximum 4 weeks. Do not give a lot of stuff for free, because people always underestimate when it's done for free. Like even the last masterclass I did, there were 9 RSVPs, but nobody showed up, and it was free of cost. That I did one-to-one with one person, and she got so much out of that session. So even free things, like, people need to invest their time and energy to do this. So you can get started today. Like you said, you've got all the resources with you. You've got everything that you need to start today with any platform in terms of video marketing. But if you still need support, if you need accountability, I've got this new membership option that I've created, which is called the Done and Dusted Crew, where I've got 1 hour per week and 1 hour on a weekday. We get on a Zoom call. It's a virtual co-working space where you get to, bounce off ideas, create content like this. Like, that is your power hour, focused power hour, where you can smash your entire week's content within that 1 to 2 hours. You can attend both, you can attend one, we can do whatever we want. So in that 1 hour, the first 10 minutes is called the Trends Whiz, meaning there will be an educational segment where I tell you about a particular platform or an update that has happened in the platform that you can implement straight away. So you follow the latest trends and you grow and evolve. There'll also be a monthly expert masterclass, because I'm going to do it for my second brand. So I want to leverage that. So you get access to expert masterclass, which will be recorded, and you'll also get a live session. Obviously, because I've got all these platforms to YouTube and podcast, I am willing to feature every business once a month on either of the platform, depending on what you're comfortable doing. If you're not comfortable showing yourself on camera, all right, let's just record the audio and get you a podcast episode. If you're comfortable showing yourself on video, let's do it. So that'll be a featured expert series every month for the member options. You get access to private Facebook group, WhatsApp, Zoom, Slack, everything. So for the first 10 founding members, I thought I'll do a 60-minute marketing roadmap session where I audit your business, and tell you exactly, okay, you've got a website, but what are you doing to drive traffic to your website? What are the platforms that you're using? Maybe that is not suitable for you. Maybe we have to try this. You don't have to do everything, or you don't have to be on every platform to make money. So you have to really find out which platform is specific for you and just focus on them. Like I've never had a sale from Facebook business page. I've never made a sale from LinkedIn because people in LinkedIn know me as a researcher, as a bioinformatician. So, but still I'm present there, but I know that I'm not getting money there. Okay, so it's really drilling down, doubling down on platforms that work. So this costs $97 a month, less than a coffee per day, and you get accountability and complete mentoring support for an entire month with $97. There's no obligation, but this is an offer. If I don't sell, I'm not helping you. So you can scan the QR code to pay and register, or I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. So thank you so much for your time. And we can open for Q&A. The tool to strip the audio, that is, if you're using Zoom and you're recording on Zoom, Zoom will give you a separate file. I don't know if it's the paid version or the free version gives it as well, but you should be able to convert it into an MP3 format. The tool that I use to record audio is called Audacity. Okay, open to questions. Any questions? No questions? Either everybody has understood everything or it didn't make sense at all. Should I take, what should I take?
No, I think we're just figuring it out.
I can't hear you, Archie, for some reason.
Is it better?
Yeah.
I think we're just figuring it out, processing it. But I'm more interested to know about that done and dusted one, especially for the weekend option, because I can't do weekdays, have other commitments. But
weekdays, it's still Tuesday evening, 5 to 6.
Oh, is it Tuesday evening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is just an option, but because most of them are side hustlers and mums and, you know, I definitely understand it. So it'll be Tuesday evening, 5 to 6 and Saturday morning, 11 to 12 is what I'm thinking.
Can you just send me the link or something? I would like to at least sign up for that one. I don't know which Tuesdays I'll join. I have to take my daughter for on some days, but I'll just work. Saturdays are okay, but so I'll have to just work with that.
And because you've got, you know, other forms of Facebook and WhatsApp and other things going on, obviously there's this accountability and push. When others start posting that they've posted today and the group will be cheering for you, liking, supporting, commenting. So it's more like your cheer squad. People in the group will cheer for you and you're expected to do the same. So it is a win-win for all of them being part of the group.
And as part of that group, would we be able to just get some of your expertise of where we are stuck? Or we are trying?
I will be there in the Zoom to answer your questions, review your content, give you feedback. That's the whole point. You get accountability. There's someone going to ask you, Archie, did you post this week? And also going to give you support and answer questions, everything, whatever you want.
Okay. Yeah, just send me that link or something.
Yeah, it's there on my Instagram bio, but I'll send you a personal thing as well.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Sabina.
Hi, so I want to ask you a question regarding the website and social media. Because you mentioned that it is very important to have a website. And the reason why I haven't started to post on social media yet is that my website is not finished. And I had talked to a friend who studied marketing a while ago, and she told me you just need to start posting content on social media, and then when the website is ready, it's ready. You don't need to wait. So what would you recommend?
I think you got my message wrong. The way I told, like, people think they need a website.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't convert from my website. My website is just a landing page. Okay. And I don't convert through my website because I have all these short form videos that helps me to grow and sell. So you don't have to have a website. That's what I'm saying. People think they need to have a website. They have a website. But what do they do with the website? How are they driving traffic to the website? Because website has so much information. So when you drive people to a website, it's like letting them go into Bunnings and asking them to search for a tiny screw. Okay. So
Okay.
it is like, definitely, I would say, have a targeted call to action. That's why I say DM me. So people who are interested will DM, and you get that one-on-one connection. You really get to know them, and you're not just going to, throw them to your website and not knowing what to do. So when you grow to an extent where you have a targeted audience, I would suggest having a landing page. So you drive people to that specific landing page where they read about your offer and they pay you. So I'm really not with the idea that you just send somebody to a website. If you don't have a website, there's no problem. I know this lady called Melanie Ann Layer, I think that's her last name, on Instagram. She makes more than 30 million per year, and she does not have a website.
Okay.
Okay. I know her students, so many people in the container who are making millions and millions of dollars without a website, because all they do is post on stories, post the link to Stripe and PayPal, and people pay there. So you need a way to get payments. You need a way to nurture them. You need a way to give them value. So social media is the way to go. And especially in Australia, the website prices are so expensive. So yeah, I am not a pro website person.
Okay. Thank you.
Just start creating content, just start giving values and sell. Selling is not bad. It's not a sin. If you're not selling, you're not doing a favor for your clients. You're in fact being selfish in not giving your value.
I really like that perspective.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Because if you think your value is life-changing, obviously, if I had not given this offer, Archie would not have asked about this offer, right? So if this offer is going to help her create content and be consistent every week and help her business explode, then I've really done her a favor and not ripped $100 off her every month. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's the way to see things.
Thank you.
No problem. Lee, I will send you the Drive link or the Zoom Cloud link in DM on Meetup. Or you can DM me your email address and I'll send it to you. Hi, Ashley. Oh, I get to see you. Hello. Can't hear you.
I had a... Oh, you can't.
Now I can hear you. Yeah. Oops, sorry, I messed up. I could hear her.
Can you hear me at all?
Yes.
Okay. I had a similar question to the last speaker where I have a website. The landing page is not wonderful. Like I started posting and so forth of my products with videos specifically on TikTok.
Did you start the website? It's really, I'm having trouble understanding. You're on mute. I think it's the network.
Or it could be the headphones. Maybe if she can try without the headphones. Earphones.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe it's the headphone, Ashley. We'll try without the headphones. We lost her. I think we are 10 minutes over time, but I don't know if she's going to connect back. Anyway, I don't want to keep you all longer. I would stay and see if Ashley's coming back. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me on a Saturday morning. And feel free to reach out to me. Like, you can find me everywhere, like I said, or Meetup. If you want to DM me on Meetup, that'll be easier because now you know where to find me. And I'm happy to answer any questions. And I'll also send you all a recording, though you attended. It's good to go back and refer to the recording. And I'll send you a copy of the Canva slides as well. So you've got the content and the slides. And feel free to reach out if you have any questions, if you want to join the membership, because I've just launched it like 3 days ago. So it's starting next week. So I would love to help you all become consistent and start posting.
Fantastic. Cool. All right. Thank
Thank
everyone.
you, Lee. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lee. We've met, I mean, we wanted to meet in so many events. Today, finally, I get to meet you. Thanks, Sabina.
Thank you. Thank you, Priya.
Thanks, Heather. Thanks, Pavneet.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm typing away.
Cool. Get your brains exploded with content creation and reach out to me if you have any questions.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Priya. That's fabulous.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. I truly hope you enjoyed listening to this episode as much as I enjoyed creating it just for you. Please follow Pivot to Thrive podcast on the platform you're listening to right now. It would mean the world to me if you could leave a review, and I'm so excited to see you on the next episode. Sending you loads of love, positive and healing vibes your way. Stay blessed.